Hey all, my name is Fairchild. I just wanted to help you out a little bit with some of the mechanics of your double thumping or double thumbing technique. Now for the sake of this video, I like to differentiate between two main styles of slap bass playing that I see and that I've actually done myself, and I call them the thumb down style and the thumb up style. And I started doing the thumb down style, and that's kind of how I think about the flea style of slapping, where your arm is more perpendicular to the strings, thumb is out like that, kind of hitting and bouncing away. The other style, the thumb up style, is not really thumb pointing up, just like the thumb down style is not really thumb pointing down, but your arm tends to be a little bit more parallel with the strings. Thumb tends to point up a little bit more, and you're bouncing off this way, and that's sort of the Larry Graham, Marcus Miller, you know, all those guys, that's kind of that style. Double thumping, or double thumbing, in my estimation, can only really be done effectively with the thumb up style of slap bass playing, and that's because you need to make a rest stroke. When you normally pluck a string just with your two fingers and you're going like this, most usually you're resting your fingers on the string afterwards. So I was plucking the A string here, and my fingers are coming to rest on the E string. That's why it's called a rest stroke. You can essentially do the same thing with the slap stroke. So if I'm going to take my thumb and I want to hit the A string, instead of just bouncing off of it, I'm going to hit it and go right through the string and rest on my D string. So if I'm resting my thumb on the D string, or really on any string, I have the opportunity for an upstroke. So here's the downstroke and the upstroke. What I'd like to do here is break down that intro riff I was playing so that you can see the mechanics of my right hand and what I'm doing, rather than explaining it note for note here. Alright, so I'm starting with a triplet, and it's a muted triplet. I know I said I wasn't going to explain everything, but here's a muted triplet to start out with. So I'm doing a down and upstroke on the A string, and a pop on the G string. I kept this all in the range of a 4-string bass, so anybody with a 4-string bass can practice this. So that's a triplet that happens on the end of 4. So with that in mind, here we go. Alright, so that was the first half of the riff, and you'll notice that I'm playing things in triple meter and duple meter. I'm playing triplets and duplets, I guess. So you want to think of your stroke as an arc, and you want to see your thumb tip as sort of the thing that's tracing that arc. The arc kind of goes this way, inwards and a little bit sideways through the string. At least that's how I do it. I also want to stress that this isn't a arm motion. I'm not really going down from the elbow. It's all in the wrist. It's all in the wrist, right? The arm does get involved a little bit at the elbow when you're crossing strings. So for instance, in that part that I'm playing on the A and D strings, you'll see my arm move a little bit here. Alright, so here's the second half of that riff. I'm going to play it nice and slow. So this technique can be really beneficial in different kinds of rock music. If you're playing metal or punk and you want to play something really fast, but either you don't want to do it with these two fingers because you're going to get tired, or maybe you can't even use them that fast, which is like me. I kind of rely on my thumb to be able to play really fast BPMs and not get as tired as quickly. You can also use it in conjunction, as I mentioned earlier, with a pop, like I was doing with the triplets, or with two pops, if you've been practicing that. So I'm not very good at this, but that's a good way to, with two pops, it's a good way to do more of a duple meter, 16th note thing, and I've seen guys who can do this really, really well, but to give you an idea, it's something like this. Yeah, I kind of lost it there at the end. Anyways, thank you guys for joining me. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm available for comments and questions, so feel free to get in touch. I'll try to explain more of what I'm doing as well as I can. I wanted to keep this video kind of short. But thank you guys, and I hope you join me for the next video. See you later.